Hood release lever. This lever is usually located on the left side under the instrument panel. Pull the lever to release the hood. There may be a second release under the front of the hood. Heater, air conditioner, and defroster. Heating and air conditioning systems warm or cool the inside of the vehicle. The defroster keeps the windshield and windows free of moisture. Most vehicles have a separate switch for a rear window defroster. Sun visor. Pull the sun visor down to the side or to help cut glare. Pull the sun visor down or to the side to help cut glare from bright sun. Always make certain the edge of the visor is not pointing towards you, which could cause injuries during a crash. Seat adjustment lever. This lever is usually located at the lower front of the left side of the driver's seat. In vehicles with electric seats, the controls are usually on the lower left side of the driver's seat or mounted on the door. Safe driving tip. Cruise control. Cruise control should never be used when road surfaces are wet or slippery or in heavy traffic. You have much less control if a conflict occurs. Using cruise control in areas of steep grades wastes fuel and puts added stress on the engine. Identify gauges and warning lights on an instrument panel and explain their purpose. The instrument panel contains gauges, warning lights, and sometimes a message center. It is the panel directly in front of the driver's seat. No matter where these gauges and lights are located, their purposes are the same. You can make sure the warning lights are working if they light when the ignition switch is turned on before starting the engine. Fuel gauge. The fuel gauge shows how much gas is in the tank. Temperature lighter gauge, number 2. This lighter gauge warns you when the coolant in the engine is too hot. Oil pressure warning light. Look at number 3, it's highlighted. This warning light or gauge signals you when the oil is not circulating through the engine at the proper pressure. However, it does not tell you the amount of oil in the engine. Alternator warning light or voltage meter. Number 4. If this light comes on, the gauge shows discharge while the engine is running. The alternator is not generating enough electricity to run the vehicle. The alternator warning light indicates that the electricity is being used from the battery. The more electricity used, the sooner the battery will go dead. Brake system warning light, number 5. This reminds you to release the parking brake before moving the vehicle. If the light comes on while you're pressing the foot brake or while you're driving, part or all the braking system is not working properly. Speedometer. This instrument tells you how fast you're going in both miles and kilometers per hour. Some vehicles have a digital speedometer. Tachometer. Some vehicles have a tachometer that indicates the engine revolutions per minute or RPMs. Engine damage may occur if the RPMs rise too high while the vehicle is being driven. This is indicated by a red zone on the gauge. Odometer. The odometer indicates the total number of miles the vehicle has been driven. Some vehicles have an additional trip odometer, which you can tell the number of miles on any trip. ABS, anti-lock braking system. This light tells you if the anti-lock braking system is functioning properly. If the ABS light comes on while driving, it indicates a problem with the system. Safety belt light. This light reminds you to fasten your safety belt before moving your vehicle. In some vehicles, the light stays on for a few seconds after the engine is started, and there may also be a beeping sound. Airbag warning light. Number 11. When the airbag light comes on and then goes off, this tells you that the airbags are in proper working condition. If the airbags are not in proper operating condition, the warning light will stay on. Turn signal indicators. These indicators tell you the direction you have signaled to turn. High beam indicator. This indicator usually appears as a small blue light in some area of the instrument panel when the high beams are on. A lot of my students will say it reminds them of a jellyfish. Check engine light. The check engine light can either blink or remain constant depending on the problem. A blinking light indicates the problem needs immediate attention. However, when the check engine light comes on, you should have the vehicle checked by a service technician. Message center. Many vehicles have a message center that provides drivers with important information. Engine oil check, yada, yada, yada. Refer to your owner's manual for the meanings of these messages. Identify 3 operational controls. Explain how to use them. Why is it important to check your indicator lights every time you start the car?